As a female leader, what has been like the most significant barrier or challenge in your life?
Okay, so there's a couple that I could think of, but the most barrier. So I mean, you know how our industry is like, right? And sometimes being in the same room in a meeting with bunch of, I mean, same industry people, but bunch of like males in the room. So I proudly say, like, I earned the business of a lot of like my vendors that I work with. It's just like it makes it hard when, like, you know, like let's say you want to partner with a vendor and like he's your best friend, or like it doesn't best friend, like it's just a buddy guy, right? And I come into the room and like I'm proposing the same thing. It's a little bit in this industry, it's a little bit like, okay, you know. So that was part that was like a little bit annoying, but I think the value that innovation brings in and what I bring in kind of like helped me a lot. So I took a lot of clients from other like male title companies that I kind of like, okay, I did it. And also like some people, unfortunately, uneducated, not necessarily uneducated with college degrees, uneducated with life and like morals, I'm going to say, like when they see a female like leading a company, you know, and they don't look at it the same way, like because you're a female, like you're not as strong, you can be emotional. So that also, you know, can be like a little bit condescending. So I get to choose, luckily right now at this point, who I want to work with. And when I meet someone who is kind of like them, like, I really don't need you as a client, because I'd rather work with someone who appreciates the value of the business I want to bring to the table than look at me as like a female.
Yeah.
And then also like having like all female employees, it's easier to talk to, because sometimes some males might take it like, okay, you're a female and you're my boss, and I'm not very like appreciative of you telling me what to do.
Have you had that happen to you?
I've had that happen, you know, and but then it was like, you know, it was like weird. We're like, okay, that's not part of my job, or like I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, okay, but that's in your contract. It's like, I'm not trying to be a boss here. I'm just telling you what your duties are.
Sure.
So yeah, and then there's some old people too, like they can take it like that. Really old.
So this is a question. So I coach a lot of younger individuals.
Right.
You know, so women, a lot of them in their younger 20s. And I feel like one circumstance they have a lot is that being in real estate or in sales in general, men take it the wrong way when you're trying to prospect a guy, that they all of a sudden think that there's something else on the table than other than sales.
Absolutely.
So please, I really would love to get your opinion and share with women out there today, because this is ridiculous. And I want them to know that like you can be super freaking successful and just confident, live a beautiful life, and not let that hold you back.
Yes, you should not let that hold you back. And you should be like, anybody who's going to look at you like that, you don't need their business. Like I have a rule. I have a team of like all our salespeople are women. So we don't have any male salesperson. My salespeople are not allowed to call on mortgage guys. Okay. I mean, this is going to sound like bad, but a lot of mortgage guys make inappropriate jokes, or like, you know, think they're funny, or think there's something else on the table if you're trying to get their business. No, we bring so much value from our company, from our office, from our experience in this industry, and from the help that we bring our clients. So I would just say, walk away from from those prospects. And guess what? Like, you're going to be so successful, and then you're going to walk and you're going to be one day on a show here, or I'd be like, okay, do you remember like when you were trying to be a wise ... And
so don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. Walk away. You don't need to put yourself in any situation. Walk away. You are who you are. Your pride and your integrity and your credibility is what's going to make you succeed. You should never give up anything to get anywhere.
I love that.
And someone who doesn't appreciate who you are, what you bring to the table as a professional, you don't need their business.